Beside unit, and you're gonna dear boy, the swiftness of the investigating that would tell you, say crime nimpo bar. You may have what but what's your maya chief executive? It's made 100,000 Ghana cedis a call lunch 1 month on an Amcrom Bransram free. Wajib belt hook allowance and fear 9 on an Amcrom Bransram. Wajib bottom allowance in Amcrom by heart. Or G, I guess, is Sanka home. No, be a here because our godfather in a certain political party. Listen to your president. You are Mesamba. Listen to your president.
Fellow Ghanaians.
But if I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, you know, it's doing. I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, hold it. Without a pause. Or say, sir, or Ghana economy. To be honest with you, Mr. President, your economy is doing terribly. Terrible. And this is a fact. And the president himself said in Parliament, he said,
you get it?
This economy is performingly abysmal.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
And that's a fact. That was
your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after.
That's a
Russia,
pause.
Which is
pause it. A question of Mr. President didn't say. Ukram wo sika sam toto ye abom apropoto. Terrible. Ye kasa bibi ye terrible a. Aya mo we definition na mo dey atoso sam sori akwa. Terrible. But aya mo fa elwa any so terribly.
If you don't get it,
na president Ibu San say oh na okansaka bi say wo dollar no any cedi no the way a dollar ni cedi no 20% depreciation and inflation so we 15.7 president say na wo krona wo tim no wo inflation te say aha oba no suma ye wa no bibini oh wo de ne suma ne ye wa hu eche na awa na suma ne ye no ada na unja no bibini oh it is a land so inflation ya ukwaje na ho. You see, when you are handling the president, you must go into the psychopathy of the president. You see, I want to say this. You don't need a master's degree and PhD to handle a president. You see, the psychothesis and the psychoanalysis of a president. You, the one, the senior protocol officer, the chief protocol officer, the chief of staff, and the ministry of which the president is going to answer questions from. No, you guys should come together and analyze even the mood of Captain Smart. Says a captain, woman the tea, that's on no man no pa as on the mood, or the banku as on the mood, or the fufu as on the mood, or this salad as on the mood. You, oh my God, God damn it.
You get it?
That I roll it.
If you don't get it, forget about it.
That I roll.
The sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the CD systematically
proceeding
against the.
Our president, you know, look into his eyes. You see? What should the Nikos Dino Bissasa? Na me beji den wa ha. When you look into the eyes, let me tell you things about lies. When somebody is lying to you, for example, if I ask Winifred, what is your favorite color? Master Winifred, M1K ne eye to far upper left and roll it down. What it means is that Winifred is accessing her visual cortex. And because Winifred is accessing her visual cortex to come and tell me that my favorite color is black, I may agree. Because going to the left, going into the visual cortex, it will take not more than 2 seconds to be able to. Captain Smart, what's your favorite color? Pink.
You get it?
But as soon as I ask Winifred, what is your favorite color? Then Winifred will wank his eyes to the far right. Move it up again. It means that she's accessing the annex of the visual cortex. What it means is that anytime somebody is going into the annex of the visual cortex, they are premeditating the lies they have told 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 months, 1 week, 3 days, or 2 days ago. Because the subconsciousness of the brain will spill some hormones that will dictate and catapult the hormones of lies into the mouth, and she will spew it. So it will definitely indicate to you, the interrogator, as a criminologist, to know that, hey, Winifred is lying. But says so be interrogated to know you're smart. I'll say, hey, speak the truth. That is why I did your friend shades, sunglasses. Suppose for an interrogator, yeah, but we should be that. Supposedly, oh, interrogate you with a wish and space, say a lens, or maybe I'll say, is it medicated? When you can, yes, sir. Or make it just okay. Put it down for some minutes.
You get it?
What the 2 or D and when maybe I say, do you need anything? Do you need some water? Now watch this. So we interview Obi, and now we interrogate you Obi. Now say, space nation no I am medicated. Now say, oh you to her, watch this. Or be or hey, you can't beat nature. So where a drone a woman and a shamia. Minya yi to wa me ya to one make atamani. Ube she a smart person. A ye drone but oh you know we be nani. Now watch this. Waka sacha ya 1 minute bosa why you say.
You get it?
Do you know why? The veins on the eye, the cortex, that black thing, will receive an unwarranted light. That light will pass through the spectrum, and the spectrum will send the information to the brain that he is suffering from the rays of the light. Definitely, what you say? But also, be also famous of body pre a king's way about you. Now, for interrogator, I was saying, no, I didn't hear, and a sound fashion, and I eat to her. Now what was so looking into the eyes of my president, he was asking himself up here, Senator Kobo, imagine.
Fellow Ghanaians.
That's a role.
$1.
People still can't employ, you know, I was just reading today, you know, people in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard, you know, having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain?
Yes.
Which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? All right, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of the Ukraine. But what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the
That's a posit. She president forehead. Now let me do your friend be psychotherapy of body language and sweat.
You get it?
I mean, show there. Mom will hate TV, no. Your friend be psychotherapy of body language and sweat. Where you in shower Ghana University. Try the forehead of the president or your bald headed. The thing now we're in Sakura. But what share just some few inches away from baby and the space, no one that's a sweat lungs. What band is space last year?
Fellow Ghanaians.
Or your penny, there are sweat lungs. Your friend the Bates. And one moment. What that means is that now let me tell you this. Obama was interviewed about the death of Osama bin Laden. Go and read this book. One more internet so no ebiana ugogla ubenya 9/11 perspective. 9/11 perspective. Go and read that book. And it will tell you about this therapy.
You get it?
psychotherapy of body language and sweat in fifre.
You get it?
And you come to appreciate that. Sir, Obi Owana Busa the questioner. He is only trying to tell you, sir, me news. Yes, landing. Say, for the past 30 years, hardship WOHO mpacho. What pass a hardship wa landing and pampa. UK embassy wa hanya mistake. Non kasa Ghana mebudu for passport mbra. Embassy visa Nana Addo ba na be call landing China.
Onua machi o. Ye tie Captain Smart.
Why Nana Addo de akonwa ne beto ho akwa landing. Akwa yaduma. And you see the sweat therapy. Huh? The psycho body language therapy that I was taught tells me that my old boy was struggling to find answers. So he needed to adopt a Russian defensive interview tactics. Because when we handle President, don't blame Nana Addo. When we handle no one bone.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Because definitely, man can't tell Nana Addo no fuck Russian-Ukraine war.
Fellow Ghanaians. And
may part of his answer, analyzing the statistics of suffering here in this country. Because the Ghana economy broke down in 2019 when we squandered $77.5 billion. It's what the Russian-Ukraine war is in 2022 when they bar Wapim wall. After all, crude oil now jumping to $101 per barrel, no, as harbor form. So what is the essence of the Russian war? Ghana, ye craft fertilizer from Ukraine. Common sense should have told you. Maybe catch on pay war. Look, if I were the president, I knew this war 10 years ago. It's a senka planning. What didn't fear and see? Now, what were discussion? I shall say 2016. Yabeko war, Yanko war, Yabeko war, Yanko war. Tisawokra fertilizer from Ukraine. What you need to do is to have an contingency measures. It's a composite plant now. You see, zoom line, you see, fertilizer. No, did we forecast into the future to know that baby a year kono? Adiano baby a air kono say Russia enye kwato share Ukraine so fertilizer na ye craft Ukraine no emma and zoom lion this is $40 million expansion by force quick one na yenko na yetimi a produce a fertilizer in any case Bernardo Dro ebe fia ha say odinkrofo bae so messi fertilizer plant e wo Ghana ha we should have known. You see, listen, 90% of successful leaders in this world, they don't have vision, they have plan. 90% of successful presidents in the world, they don't have vision, they have plan. Watch this. Not everybody with a plan has a vision. It is a president that will plan. It drew me about one village, one dam, one district, one factory, free senior high school. That was a plan. That was not a vision. To be honest, let's be sincere. What you need to do is to assemble people with the visionary brains to delve into it. Dismember all those faculties of the plan. I bet to me, block, they will do it for you. Their vision becomes your vision. And your plan becomes your plan. You take the glory and you fly away. But that is not what happened. Because those handling the president, you know, my bone. That's a failure, man, rolling and see.
That look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war.
COVID,
I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible. And it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
Let's talk about one of the structures that you say you've put in place. The e-levy, a lot of people are calling it a stealth tax on people who already are impoverished. It's a 1.5% tax on people who do business on their mobile phones. So if they use their mobile phones to send money or to...
The digital economy, the mobile economy.
Yes, but you're taxing people on money that has already been taxed.
Is the biggest economy in the... is emerging as the biggest economy in the country. And for a long period has not had any taxation at all. So it is important now that they also come into the net. Our country has one of the lowest tax to GDP ratios of any country in West Africa and of an equivalent economy. The ECOWAS area, the general average today, tax to GDP average is about 18%. Ghana, we're at 13%. So it's as if you're talking about a country which is already overtaxed, if anything at all, is undertaxed.
Okay, let me take you up on that point. On your low tax ratio to GDP. I'm just going to quote, read this quote to you. It's from John Kwache, who I'm sure you might know is the director of research at the Accra-based Institute for Economic Affairs. He says there are several loopholes in our tax system that if they are plugged, we'll be able to raise our tax to GDP ratio to something like 20% from the 12% that you're talking about. Are you speaking to experts like him?
First of all, there's a recognition that
he says that there's no need for the e-levy.
Well, that's his point of view.
He's an expert.
But he's an expert. There are experts in government as well, and we think it's necessary, and that's the reason why we...
You think it's necessary to tax people who are already impoverished?
They're not already impoverished. We're talking about people. We're talking about taxing an industry and transactions where a lot of value is being created, and we want to also bring that value into government coffers. I think that is something that is there's nothing so, and the levy is not Ghana, it's the only country that has something like a digital tax. Many countries, they will not like it.
Because they're already taxing people who do business online, and then you are taxing as well.
People never like taxes. I don't know any group of people, especially businesses, when taxes are brought to them, they like it.
When I listened to that bit of the president's answer, I got heartbroken. I had a heartache. The guy is saying that you are taxing people who are already impoverished. And the president said that people are not impoverished. Really? Why do you pay lip?
Fellow Ghanaians.
No. Time will call. Come in the finance minister about me have a school and pay. Hey, look, let me tell you. Man, for degree, no master's degree, won't be a winning bra.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Masa, you call the People's University of Apam. Sako kono tie sinek isu and yama woman you have no idea. Found the master's degree. Nam fa my Apam secondary school certificate. Me ya master kura F. Jasamo. Listen. See, so be interviewer. SSR. What say? You were kasa bi e kasa. Samene Winifred kasa na me hwe ne soro ne ase a. O say the way you can brofo bi wo krom ha. As you didi agro, but in psychology it's right English. Also size me. What that? The way akwa size me pa no shize. Show soro ne form sa. Na osusun.
You get it?
So be interviewer hwa akwa no. And the very first time na
Onua
Obisa president question you won't say baby a questions na kono be hadwe no. I have told you. You need president to be too kwan. And you catch and say for phone mienu hye ho.
Oh, I don't know.
When you test a phone now, e wo left no e vibrate abowa.
When
Me nya Jimmy for. For phone mienu hye ho mienu ni na da vibrate.
you get it?
But when you test a phone now, e wo left no e vibrate pa akwa no our agenda.
Onua
When you was a dey vibrate a start mowa.
Onua
O say sa o say ho Na phone ni mienu ni hye ho. Na akwa musa kọ. Kwasi mi tom say kukro na say chief. Fref number no. Now we just start take coffee. Mr. President, do you care for some water? I say yes. And recorded to be played where in your life. It's yes, sir. I am kind of saying cut. Wow. You can't cut. The cameras will cut for the president to drink some water. In your process of drinking water, you initiate a conversation. It is part of communication. It's me, a president. Your mom is singing to my Mr. President, woman can say, Maminsuo. We are, sir. What you draw? The guy will ask you, do you care for some water? Yes, please. Now, if you want to drive by force, because who trains you?
You get it?
I didn't so the man I want to ask. See, this question that you asked me. Let me tell you. Now I initiate a conversation. Nipe bia in your computer. But on a computer, I say garbage in, garbage out. You feed that person before you finish drinking the water. I am pleading with those handling my president. Please, with all due respect, with all due respect, with all due respect, those of you handling the president, me pacho, munya foresight kakrawai.
King of morning shows.
Monsha dieni munkwechiri. I am told, sir, President Beko in United States. Definitely a manpower would like to interview Nana Addo.
Fellow Ghanaians.
They can even play a game. Akwabi no here BBC for the CNN for international business correspondent, you know.
Oh, I don't know.
Akwa your friend say, Quest. Ya be sha da ka che so amampo be ye na de ni adane ama Quest ya ka che so amampo or Ukraine.
When?
Oh, how you catch us? Oh, Quest. We are best call Arab Emirates.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, Dubai. And Becky Anderson. Interview president. A lie.
You get it?
Mo pa muntie de America no. Mo peso amunjai. No me sa kogu enu maso US. Mo pa munjai. Mo an say e jaya ma Becky Anderson. Ma refi. There are two questions ni guna sum.
You get it?
No Roman. No ro.
You get it?
No any hete. Mo handle president no. Me pa ma chow.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Mo handle old boy. Apejabra. Yanko break him na fast sports na. Na Tuesday.